You don't want the top 100 coins, man.
We're catastrophic rise inside of momentum, right? We're seeing a huge.
Yo quiero pues que sepan cómo trabajo yo mi operativa.
Now, we know that once we have a resistance zone in the market, right, it's because it's creating a wall.
We have started to see USD CAD slow down quite a bit.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're gonna give it a quick little minute here. Just let everybody else to jump on. We'll probably a quick minute or two. Gonna run that video again. We can run that video again one more time, Claudia. If you want us to give everybody else some time to jump on, because we just started the call here. So give it another probably 2 or 3 minutes. So please send this invite out to everybody that you know, because today's topic is going to be amazing. We're talking about crypto, as you saw there on the title, which with what just happened right now a few days ago. Alice puts out this is super important. Crypto really has no no age, no race, no nothing. It's really what the future is right at that point. So anybody that you might think that's not even interested and wouldn't know what crypto is, this is a great call for them to be, because we're going to have amazing leaders, amazing educators in the crypto space, right? Talking about crypto. So we're going to give it maybe another 2-3 minutes here for everybody else to join. So please, again, this call is free. It's 100% open for anybody. It's not just the Cash exclusive, right? It's not just member exclusive. This is for everybody. So let's go ahead. Thank you. Appreciate it, Claudia. Let's run this 3-minute video and then we'll go ahead and start.
You know, you don't want the top 100 coins, man.
We're catastrophic rise inside of momentum, right? We're seeing a huge.
Yo quiero pues que sepan cómo trabajo yo mi operativa.
Now, we know that once we have a resistance zone in the market, right, it's because it's creating a wall.
We have started to see USD cash slow down quite a bit.
What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? How's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? Drop some sevens in the chat. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're listening from. That's the beauty of the Akashics, right? That's the beauty of MDC, that we are all over the world itself. You have an amazing call. We have today and a lot of questions. So I want to make sure I speed through this right away. My name's Brent, and really, who cares right now? I'm not the focus of it. I am an educator. I am an Akashic, but right now it's not about me. Right now it's about our three guests that we have here to speak. So I'm going to start off right away with ladies first, of course. So Claudia 1 million, huge leader here when it comes into the crypto space. Super interesting what she does as far as crypto and real estate, which is something that I've always been interested in. It just shows again how crypto really is something that comes to the future, and it's going to be touched a little bit everywhere. So Claudia, if you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself really quick little 30-60 second intro so they can know who you are, and then we'll jump over to Carlos and then Jay.
Thanks, Brent. Hi, everyone. My name is Claudia 1 million. That's my handle. My name is Claudia Pimentel. I'm a leader here with Akashics. I've been in the trading industry for about 4.5 years, and crypto is one of my ambiances. I love crypto and speaking about it, and with real estate and all of the possibilities that there is. So I'm super excited to be here today as a guest and to speak on this, because it's just totally exciting, and I'm ready to share all of the knowledge that we have, and I cannot wait. Let's go.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Carlos, the one and only Carlos. Absolutely love what Carlos has been doing here in AkashX. For me, like I've said before, crypto is so weird for me. I just don't get it. And Carlos has been able to really let me understand a lot of things. So I love the sessions that he does. I love the value that he's bringing to AkashX. And I got to party with him a little bit in Nashville. So that's always cool too. So Carlos, same thing, please. If you go ahead and just share 36 seconds who you are, and we'll jump over to Dave.
Hey, Brent, thank you. Thank you so much. So my name is Carlos Aponte Jr. I've been trading and investing since, I will say 1999, 2000, but I've been in the crypto space, trading and educating for going on 8 years. And it's just been an amazing ride, life-changing, and looking forward to helping as many people as possible within this space. It's exciting.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Jay, are you there, bro? Same thing, Jay is another educator here in AkashX. Amazing value that he brings again. And it's cool because we have so many educators as far as crypto, and each one is doing something different. So Jay's really cool, obviously, the value he's bringing and the alerts that he's been sending out too. It's awesome. Thank you, Jay, for what you do. Same thing, quick 36 seconds. Introduce yourself, please.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Singh. He calls me the Wi-Fi investor. If you guys have been on some of my sessions, you guys already know I love talking about crypto. I love talking about blockchain, the metaverse. There's so much potential and so much possibility behind blockchain technology, guys. So I'm excited to be here. And if you guys are excited, drop some fire emojis in the chat. You know, a little bit about me, guys. I'm from Southern California. I've been in the crypto space since 2017. At first, it was just absolutely crazy for me. And finally, when I was starting to make sense of it and really figure out the platforms and, you know, how blockchain technology works, now I realize that it's life-changing. It's something that can truly just impact so many people, and it's able to go ahead and just compound your portfolios like crazy. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm excited. Let's get it, Brent.
Awesome. Thank you all three. So again, thanks a bunch of hearts, emojis. Throw the chat, obviously, for all three of our guests here today. And again, crypto is a topic today we haven't had, and everything just aligned. So a little bit of totally backstory in that sense. A lot of Claudia, what she does here, she's the host. I'm always the host today, right? She's the host, and she has a lot of the organizing to us, where I was like, hey guys, this month we're gonna do this, like planned way ahead. This call was already scheduled for crypto. And then a couple of days ago, what happened in the crypto world was like, hey, everything aligns. It's this perfect alignment that this trader circle is about crypto after what just happened a few days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and just circle how I have you guys here in the square. So I'm going to start off with Carlos, obviously, with this question. Carlos, so if you're ready, here we go. Let the people know, in your opinion, what makes Web3 technology and cryptocurrencies significant in today's world, especially in comparison to other emerging technologies? You're muted.
All right.
They have to hear. They have to hear.
Now you guys can hear me. So yeah, Web3. I'm super excited about Web3. I think one of the benefits, for those of you who don't know what Web3 is, think of you guys log on right now. You go online, you log on to, say, Facebook or to any traditional old school website, right? You're going to put in a username, your email, a password, right? You're going to set that all up. They know exactly who you are. Let's fast forward to Web3, which is the third generation of the internet. It's more secure. So security is number one. Imagine being able to log on to a website. People don't know who you are. You just connect with a wallet. You can transact all around the world. It's just amazing. So I think that a lot of it is privacy. Right. This is a really big deal right now. A lot of you won't get, there's a lot of hackers, a lot of scammers out there. People are impersonating people with Web3 technology. I think that the game is changing, and it's a huge benefit because now security is super important. And I think that with Web3, most people's information will be secure, and it is the best way to be online right now. I mean, there's so much more with Web3. We'll get into more detail with some of the other questions, but right there up there is privacy and security.
Awesome. Anything that you would like to add to that, Claudia?
Absolutely. Web3, wow, I'll tell you, the technology is just very it's going and heading in the way where, the decentralization, it can provide greater transparency, right? And security, like Carlos was saying. It also reduces the reliance on centralized authorities, meaning the banks, right? The banking system. right? Them having control over your assets and your money that's not really in the bank because they're using your money. You know, it's also, it enables faster and cheaper cross-border like transactions, right? It promotes financial inclusion, and it's financial inclusion in the global economy. So most individuals, and this is for perspectives, just to put it out there, most individuals around the world don't have bank accounts, guys. Okay, that's something that you wouldn't know as an average consumer, that most people don't have bank accounts, okay? And they don't qualify to have bank accounts. And having Web3, this actually really eliminates that, right? Because now someone can transact without having to sign up in an institutional bank, right? In the institutional way, in the regular way, where you're going to go give your name, where your phone, social security number, la, 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 and so forth. And now you have this opportunity where, you know, globally, you're able to transact with individuals and they don't have to have that concept into the centralization. So just giving global freedom. So Web3 is the way to go for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for that. Jay, I'm going to add some chair to the top here as far as Web3. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, you know, I think Carlos and Claudia definitely hammered the importance of Web3 and how it changes up the global financial ecosystem. So, you know, as far as privacy goes, decentralization goes is great. For those of you who don't know exactly what Web3 is, I just want to give some insight on what that is. So imagine when you think about, you know, the original web, right? Before the internet came out, we had, you know, the basic, you could send emails, you can go ahead and, you know, open up a calculator. Maybe you could write little notes, you could draw a little picture, you know, and then the evolution of technology came about, the internet came about, and that was Web 2.0. Web 2.0 is what you guys, and, you know, we've all been familiar for so long. That's when we were able to go ahead and create social media and, you know, like all these transactions, Google's came around. So all of these different things came into play. And what Web 3.0 is realistically doing, it's connecting Web 2, right? It's connecting that society, right? That easy access to get in tune with people, and it's connecting it with blockchain technology, right? So just like Claudia said, you know, 25 to 30% of the world is either bankless or underbanked, right? That's a huge issue. A lot of these peoples aren't able to go ahead and do day-to-day transactions like we do, right? So, you know, Web3 technology is something that is completely unique. It is the future, right? It's going to plug in the metaverse, AR technology, VR technology. So this is where the evolution of the internet is going. And it's where all the money is going to start flowing eventually, right? Decentralization, guys, is where it's at.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's something really cool because now, like I said, it's that evolution, like you guys always said, and it's evolution. But the cool thing about it is that it's an opportunity for us to go through an evolution to where we have control now. Like we have that part. And that really goes into that second question here, which you already, I think, attacked here, Jay, at that point, right? Decentralization is a core principle of Web3. Everybody just said that right now, obviously, at that point. How can decentralization benefit individuals and society as whole terms in terms of privacy, security, and governance? And I think everybody already said that point, right? Everybody already touched as far as the importance of what you're saying, right? Privacy, like right away, Carlos said privacy at that point, security on that Claudia, and right now you're saying with governments at that point. I think everything was touched already in that second question with the first thing, but if there's something extra that anybody wants to add, just go ahead and unmute any of you three. If there's anything else you want to add to that question, like I think you already tackled it, but was there something really important there that's missing?
You know, one thing that I would like to add to decentralization, I'm all for everything being decentralized right now. And I think that what's really cool about decentralization is that you don't have a centralized authority that can dictate, alter, or change something around because they just wanted to do it. It's completely transparent. And I think that the future it's right now. Not being able to alter things is important. Being able to have a ledger that can't be changed is important. So blockchain technology is in the beginning stages. And now with all of these big institutions that are coming in, the Larry, Fink of the world, I'm telling you, these guys, they see the power of this. And I always say, follow the smart money. Decentralization is the future. Continue to educate yourself, plug into everything that we're doing. But Now's the time for it.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that as well. You know, just like Carlos was saying, it comes back to you're going to be peer to peer. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the costs are going to be less. So for instance, for an example, if you're using Western Union to send money to your family in another country, guess what? You have to pay that third party, which is Western Union, for it to get there. And now with decentralization, that third party is obsolete. They're not there anymore. So you're actually going to be saving money. And also with privacy, like he said, it just really reduces the risk of breach, right? And unauthorized access, tampering and everything else. Since it's on the blockchain, it's very transparent. And, that is a threat. That's a threat to, the big power industries that are always in control. That, guys, you have to realize that your money is you're lending your money to your bank. It's not sitting in the bank in stacks waiting for you to come withdraw. You're actually lending the institution your money, and they use your money to make more money. So, I think that moving forward, how everything is going, is just a great, it's great for the world. It's great for the people too, because we're giving power back to the people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So I just wanted to go ahead and touch on, obviously there's the financial aspect, and then there's also the aspect of data, right? We already know that, when you buy an iPhone, we buy a Samsung, the first thing we do is we go terms and conditions. Oh, okay, I know them. I agree, right? We click check, and we just signed up all of our data to, third parties, capitalistic industries that are using your data not to only manipulate, but brainwash propaganda into our everyday cell phones, right? So with decentralization, we're probably looking at the emerging of new technologies as well as new phones, all these different things that are going to go ahead and give data and privacy back to its users, right? This is a huge issue, guys. A lot of you may not know, but with AI technology and everything coming out right now, these companies can realistically, they sell your data. Data is $1 trillion industry right now. They sell your data, they'll sell your face, right? And, what can they realistically do with your face, right? They can commit crimes. You can end up on sites that you don't want to be ending up on. This includes people, children, right? People know your location, they know your address, all these things. So decentralization needs to happen, and it needs to happen fast, because these big data companies are, they're out here brainwashing, guys. And if you're not woke, then that's a big issue. So maybe next time, read the terms and conditions.
Thank you, Jay. That's 100%. I love it when somebody will tell me, "Oh, then you're just creating this conspiracy theories." Be like, okay, just wait. Typically, I'm glad to say it sucks when I say I told you so, because a lot of times that I told you so is something to where it's like, hey, when Samsung came out with the Iris, I was like, I don't like it. I'm gonna use it because it's very easy to open my phone when it's literally saying Iris, so it's reading your eye. So like you just said, now it's a whole nother situation at a way higher level beyond the fingerprint now. So yes, it's super important when it comes to stuff like that. So I appreciate it. Of course, little intermission here at this point. If at any point you guys want to learn a little bit more as far as what is blockchain, what is this, what is that, everybody have source terms, in Akashics, you're going to have a full-blown academy of cryptocurrencies. You're going to have Carlos sessions you could join in his academy, Jay sessions you could join, and then Claudia is a very important leader here that, of course, she has her own teams as well, and her teams are constantly talking about crypto. So always make sure that if something you're starting to see more and more interest on this, there is a place you can go to learn more, right? Now let's go on to the third question here with Carlos. So Carlos, one of the promises of Web3 is to enable greater financial inclusion. How can blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies help individuals in underserved regions or those without access to traditional banking?
Okay, that's a great question, guys. I'm a big fan of DeFi, decentralized banking. Claudia touched on it a little bit. When it comes to other countries, a lot of people, they just don't have banking. And in America, a lot of times we forget, it's so simple for us to open up a bank account, but for most people, it's not. So with Web3 and DeFi, think of this. Imagine, regardless of where you live, you could set up an account. You can buy $100 worth of a cryptocurrency. You could quickly connect to a decentralized DeFi platform. You can lend them your $100 of crypto. You could earn interest on that $100 of crypto, and you can quickly turn around and take out a loan for 80% of that asset that you just deposited into that account. This is what people are doing every single day in crypto. Here's what's really cool. They don't know who you are. They don't know credit checks. So it don't matter what part of the world you live in. It don't matter how much money you have. You can do this whether you have $50, $100, $1,000. And the beautiful thing about crypto as a whole is that it accepts everybody with open arms. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you live in a third world country, if you're in a trailer park, if you don't have a lot of money, it just doesn't matter. And this is why the institutions right now, the banking system, they are trying to throw the wrench in front of decentralization and decentralized banking, because they know that this is going to set people up for years and years and years to come. So guys, when it comes to decentralizing or decentralized banking, it is the future. We have, I just did a whole entire training on building a wealth portfolio with DeFi cryptocurrencies. But right now is the time to get involved in DeFi and set yourself up forever. Where else could you take out a loan with no credit checks? Where else can you take out a loan and have the funds in 1 second right back on your wallet? This is how fast it is. There's no red tape. There's no hurdles to jump through. Everybody can do it. And we're going to teach you exactly how to take advantage of it when you join us here in the Cash X. And for those of you who are in the Cash X and you haven't been participating in some of these calls, make sure you get on the calls, because Jay and I know Claudia talks about it a lot with her group. We talk about DeFi and banking all the time, guys. You heard of OPM, right? OPM stands for other people's money. Here's one that I tag. You can remember, give me credit for this one. OPC, other people's crypto. Imagine being able to borrow other people's crypto so that you could make money. This is the power of Web3, decentralization, and DeFi, decentralized banking. And we're going to teach you all how to do it and how to capitalize on it.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on this one. Sorry, Brand, how to cut you off. I'm gonna jump in on this one because I'll tell you, I'm really excited. Let's get some money bags in this chat if you're excited on this conversation today, because the world is going crazy with crypto right now. You know, we just had one of the cryptocurrencies, you know, they won a very big aspect in the system right now. So that's going to move everything even further right into place. So if you were a holder, you had a couple, maybe 1 trillion tokens, you're pretty set, we're good to go. But I will say, to jump on with what Carlos was saying about the lending, let me tell you about what's going on in the real estate side. All right, we have more crypto mortgage lenders. So not only can you borrow crypto, right? Now you can get a loan for having your crypto as collateral for a mortgage, right? Okay. And you can go purchase your home. Your crypto's being held in a custodial wallet with the mortgage company. All right. So while crypto's going up in price, you're making all the gains, which you're able to remove and pay down your loan. And guess what? At the end of you paying back your loan, you get your Bitcoin back. Man, isn't that insane right there? I'm telling you guys, now is the time. If you do have Ethereum or Bitcoin sufficient enough, don't let it just sit there. Make it work. Put it to work, because I'm telling you, you know, it's long-term hold anyways. It's a long-term project, right? It's long-term. It's not flip a buck for tomorrow. So there's so many possibilities with what's going on with tokenization. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, Jay, I'll let you come on in on this one too, because I'll tell you, It's just exciting to see how we're transitioning. I mean, I remember when beepers came out. Beepers, okay, I'm showing age. We got beepers, and then well, we had AOL, and now we're in Web3. Like, guys, Oculus, come on, get on. You guys got to get on it. Let me see some more. But actually, let me see some coins in the chat. Put some coins in there. Some coins for crypto. Let's go. This is the movement right now. Don't slip up. Don't stay behind. You got to stay on top of it and really start learning. Okay, really get into it. That way, there's so many opportunities that you're able to get on and really start building your portfolio. It's not too late. This is just the beginning. So make sure that you're getting on the classes over here in Akashex and share with people that you know as well. Like, everyone wants to know. It's just they're scared to ask, or they don't want to bother someone. And that's what everybody here is for. And all the educators here with Akashex is to really elevate and help you guys make those good decisions and be able to move forward. Okay, with that, I'm complete. Go ahead.
Yep. All right, Claudia. Yeah, I love when people are so excited about crypto. So, that's one of the things about this platform that I absolutely love, guys, is that me, Carlos, Claudia, and so many people that are on this platform, that are educating on this platform, we're not only just educators, but we're actually passionate. We have the results. We're taking action behind all of this. And you guys can always come to us to go ahead and learn the concepts and realistically make the things that are happening on your side as well, just like how we are. So, that ties into the whole aspect of decentralization, guys, is the fact that, what we are doing here on Akashex is so unique, right? There's so many other different platforms out there, but what we, especially, on me and Carlos' session, we really, really hammer DeFi, and I always talk about a lot about liquid staking, right? So we know that, if you have, let's say, for example, a savings account or a mutual fund, Roth IRA, you're probably having a retirement account or something like that. So that is something that's not going to give you a huge yield on your money, right? That is money that's being used by those third-party institutions. They're actually making more money than you ever will. Right? But imagine if you were to just eliminate that third party, right? You were able to eliminate that bank, you were able to eliminate the company who's holding your mutual funds, and you were able to directly go ahead and stake and yield your money. So staking is a huge part of DeFi, right? Imagine earning, right? Taking some of your savings and putting it inside of a coin that's going to go ahead and pay you out, 20, 30% interest on top of your money every single year, right? So, when we go and purchase, let's say, a car, and, we pay for this car, we finance this car, we're paying these banks a certain percent of interest back, right? They're making money not only on the car, but also on top of the loan that you took out on the car, right? They're earning interest. Imagine if it was switched. And that's the beauty of decentralization. And that's the beauty of blockchain, guys, is the fact that you are now in power. Right. So, being able to do all of these things is so powerful. And once you plug in, you will never, ever use traditional finance ever again. Trust me.
Absolutely love it. And that's something that I got to say, too, as far as for me, right, coming a little bit on the outside side of things, I'm a Forex trader. And when I was learning throughout everything, there was sections of crypto. And I just took that quick little 5-minute of like, okay, you could buy, hold, and it grows. Great, nothing wrong with it, but it didn't intrigue me, right? Until Akashex now, where I start listening about what Jay just said, what Carlos is saying. Same thing when it comes to real estate. I'm big on the whys when I go look at stuff. So purchasing, so far I've sold and bought 2 homes that we've had. And to me, it's like mortgage is just BS. Like, I just don't, who is this money going to? Where is it? So I just start going down that rabbit hole and I figure out, well, banks actually created mortgages. Mortgages didn't exist. Like, the bank actually brought it. And how do you find a mortgage? There's just not really much ways other than buying more, renting a few, and you buy a duplex and live on one side, rent the other. But at the end of the day, you're still not finding the cause, right? Claudia just gave you guys like a little bit of sauce of like how now there's a way where you have that peer-to-peer, power to the people situation to where you can actually, crypto could attack a lot of big different areas at that point. I think that comes in another question here, perfect timing, right? So I'll start off with Carlos again and keep on rolling around that way. So as Web3 technology evolves, how do you see it affecting the way companies operate and do business in the future? Muted.
I always mute myself. I forgot about that. You know, there's so many ways. I think taking real world assets and being able to tokenize those real world assets is going to be one way that companies are going to really evolve from the old school way of doing business to the new school way of doing business. I talked about BlackRock and Larry Fink, and for those of you who don't know who he is, research him. We're talking about some of the most powerful people in the world. Now, I mean, these people make entertainers look like puppies. The amount of money that they have more money than countries combined. I mean, these guys run the world of finance, and now they're getting into crypto. He was interviewed on CNBC the other day, I believe it was last week, and they asked him, you know, what was his stance on Bitcoin and everything else. And of course, he can't really say much, but if you read between the lines, one thing that he said, we're going to be tokenizing a lot of real world assets. Now, Larry Fink and BlackRock manage the biggest fund in the world for some of the largest companies and countries in the world, ETFs. They've applied for over 500 and something ETFs, and I believe they got almost 98% of them approved, even gold ETFs. So for those of you who have been investing in gold through an ETF, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that invented that particular ETF. So they're doing the same exact thing with Bitcoin, but this is only the beginning, because when you tokenize real world assets, that means in the future, you'll be able to trade stocks that are tokenized. And when they're tokenized, now we can pass them on to other people, right? So the future's bright. Here's another thing is that we're here in the beginning. We're 14 years young in the crypto space. So if you're listening to us right now, pat yourself on the back, because you're at the right place at the right time, and you're going to become an expert. When you look at real estate, it's been around for thousands of years. When you look at the stock market, it's been around for over 100 years. Some of the best traders in the world go to the best Ivy League schools in the world just to learn how to become hedge fund managers and traders. Now, when it comes to crypto, there's not too many, you know, Ivy League schools that is teaching it at this time. So everybody listening to this right now, if you dive in, if you go all out and you make a decision to learn something new, a brand new skill set, and this skill set being becoming an investor and in the cryptocurrency space, I'm telling you that your whole life will change, your family's life will change, you will set up the trajectory to change your children's life. And right now is the time. I've been doing this for going on 8 years. So I'm just 8 years ahead of some of you. But when you plug into this, you know, community, to what we are, you know, pouring our heart and soul into, what we really want to do is make you better than us. We're going to teach you everything we know. You're going to learn everything Jay knows, everything Claudia knows, everything all of the other educators know, and that's going to make you better than us. It's about the law of reciprocity. You got to give in order to receive. If you give, you receive. And here's what I want you all to do right now. I want you to educate yourself. I want you to deserve this. If you educate yourself through our community, you are going to deserve success. Now, we do call out some trade alerts. I know we're all, I believe most of us here are not big fans of the whole trade alert thing, because we want people to learn how to eat for themselves, right? We want everybody to be able to write their own paycheck every single day of the week. Now, when you look online, and Jay talked about this a couple of times, when there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of Ponzi schemes out there. There's a lot of companies that will tell you, give me your money, and guess what? I'm going to give you 1% a day. That's the easy way out. But here's the thing. That is 100% illegal. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's illegal in almost every country in the world. And guess where you hear this most, and it's sad that it hurts our industry. We all come from my daily choice, right? The direct sales industry. Most of these scams these Ponzi schemes come from network marketing companies. What we do different is we only provide education. Nothing more, nothing less. When you learn this education, Nobody could ever take this away from you. All I ask, and the rest of the educators here, and I'm not going to speak for them, but I know they feel the same way, is that we want you to take this education, make it your own, run with it, and pay it forward. Teach this to your children, teach this to your cousin, teach this to your parents, to the people that you love and you care about the most, because I tell you, this is going to change everybody's life, and we are here in the beginning. I know I went left. I'm so passionate about this this industry so much that I just see people not learning it. I mean, they just even I see people just taking trades. They don't build no assets. They broke. They don't own no houses. They don't have anything. And what we want to do here is we want to teach you how to really invest in crypto. So like Claudia said, you can use that crypto as an asset to buy a house, to take out a loan. You can't do that if you're trading perpetuals or you're trading on a broker account. You need to plug in to what we're doing, because I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing.
Thanks, Carlos. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. Yes, I mean, it had to be said. It had to be said. Don't worry about it. Even though you went a little bit over here, over there, it all had to be said 100%, especially that part that you touched, right? As far as when it comes into business and what Web3 could do, and the technology of how a lot of people could do things that they're not supposed to do. We're always going to have some rotten people in the world, and it is what it is where we live right now, and time and date. That's just what it is. Right now, I know we have the Akashic spot too. That's a little bit automation, and we have a lot of crypto stuff. If you're not in the States and you have crypto, you have Forex, you have so many other things you can do. And it's super important. I was talking to somebody today, and they're like, hey, you know what? I reached out to somebody on Instagram, no idea who they are. They just say that they know how to do this. They told me that if I give them $1,000, they'll give me $10,000 in 72 hours in Bitcoin mining, because that's the future. And I'm like, bro, if that was the case, we'd all be rich. Like, every hunger is done. Everything's like 100%. I see those TikTok memes where like a rocket's going to come and then it suddenly reverses back and the music happens. Like, that's pretty much what happened if that was true, right? It's just not. And like, again, and that's where it comes to the educational part. If you have the education to understand that when you're investing, you want to keep your assets in your wallet. Here in Akashics, we never tell you, hey, go ahead and, hey, my name is Brent, send me your money. No, like, it's your money. Carlos Jay will teach you, hey, here's some coins, here's how you find them, here's how you trade this, here's how you trade that, metaverse, everything, but for your assets, you keep it, you always control it. Understand that rule of thumb. Somebody says, hey, investment 1%, this, here is my address, send it to me, run 100%. You need to learn what you need to do, right? That's what we do here. So Claudia, same situation there. What do you see as far as the evolution happening to business and companies?
Yeah, tokenization. So for those of you guys that don't understand what tokenization is, let me just break this down a little bit for you. So tokenization is the process of converting real world assets, right? So such as like real estate, stocks, or commodities, right? And it's converted into a digital token on the blockchain. Okay, so then these tokens, they're going to represent ownership of a fractional ownership of the underlying asset. Think about this. You can tokenize anything. So let's say MGM Studios wants to tokenize, or the Hilton, they want to tokenize their hotel. They can tokenize the hotel. They can have 100 tokens, right? And then they could put this on, it's on the blockchain, the market, right? Everyone can purchase a token and own a fraction of this hotel now. Is that making sense? Let me see some brains in the chat if this is blowing your brain away here, because we've really got some information here. Like, come on, guys. All right. So what does this do? Okay, so this is going to increase liquidity, right? By tokenizing assets, right? This is going to give you real estate. It's more accessible. It's more tradable on blockchain platforms. You're able to divide the asset into smaller portions, tradable units. Think about all the possibilities, right? And allowing like a broader participation. And it's going to really lower the entry barriers for investors. So now me as, you know, us four, if we see $1 million home, right? I don't have the $1 million to buy this home, but us four if we fractionalize the home, we can all invest into this home, right? And now we all four of us here own a portion of this home, right? Which in turn raises in value. We get the value difference. So it's such a great way for transparency, efficiency, and tokenization. Market here, guys. It's gonna happen. It's already in the process, you know. It's just like they were saying before, crypto is not, it's gonna die. No, it ain't. It's right over here. Look at all the countries they're coming out with their own crypto. We got a crypto ATMs. So wake up, smell the coffee, drink the Kool-Aid, wake up, you know. You gotta get into these classes that way, you know, at least have a wallet, at least understand that you're actually owning the crypto and not having it just sit there somewhere where it can disappear. Okay, so that's one of the big things. But guys, tokenization is very important. And this is such a great topic. I love talking about crypto, and it just really gives you guys it really gives everyone an opportunity. Okay, you don't have to be Millionaire Joe. You can just be average Joe for today. Right, and then turn yourself into millionaire Joe in the future for the future. All right, so keep it moving.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. Jay, so same thing. How do you see Web3 as far as affecting the companies, how they operate, businesses, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, man. I want to talk more about the economic impact about this. So, if you understand macroeconomics and microeconomics, you know that, when it comes to centralization and, again, tokenomics, like all of these different things, they play such a huge role inside of the evolution of the global financial system, right? Now, we in today's time and age, we know that we live in a world that is run by capitalistic industries, right? But for a small business owner, right? Let's say the average everyday person that owns a small business, what if that person had the same capabilities and the abilities that Elon Musk has? Right? As far as scalability of his business, as far as, being able to go ahead and receive types of funding, as, being able to list, on actual trading platforms, right? So if you take a small business that may not be, $1 billion business, they can actually launch their own token, right? They can run it as an ICO or initial coin launch, right? So they're able to go ahead and do so and receive the funding for other people that believe in that business. And, next thing you know, that business is actually able to go ahead and do what they want to do, right? Most small businesses in the United States fail within the first 5 to 7 years. Right. And why is that? It's because they don't have accessibility to that type of capital. But what if with decentralization, those businesses on the microeconomic level were able to have, access to that type of capital, right? And they had the same tools and resources that these major institutions, that these major companies do. So, on my take, as far as, the way that, crypto and blockchain is evolving and how it impacts, the globe, as far as like on a business aspect, is the fact that it shakes up the economy as a whole. Right. And it's not just the United States economy, guys. This is, everywhere in the world. If you look at a country like India or China, did you guys know that only 10% of people in those countries actually, quote unquote, work? 90% of those people are actually self-employed, right? They run small businesses, right? Whether it be, selling like tacos on the street, it be, farming and selling produce, right? That is still considered a small business. They have this entrepreneurial mindset, but they're lacking decentralization, right? But, with this, guys, it is just an absolute game changer. I promise you, over the next 10 to 15 years, you're going to see a huge shift in the way that economics is done. And they're going to have to rewrite economic books, right? And that's why I say, guys, if you guys see my comment, Akashex is right now the Harvard of cryptocurrency. So make sure you guys are on these sessions and you're really going ahead and taking impact from them, right? And you're applying them, because at the end of the day, you can absorb this knowledge, but if you're not applying it and you're not creating that experience and you don't have that consistency behind it, it's not going to lead to the right results. But if you have those things, guys, I believe, trust me, anything is possible inside of this market.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when it comes to business and companies, I used to manage for years and years as far as business. And it's an adaptation thing when it comes down to it, right? The example that I like to use for this, and I'm not a crypto educator, right? It's just my logic. Common sense isn't common, but my logic, right? Before, everybody used trade as far as I'll trade you a chicken for your jacket. And then it went over to coins. And then it went over to actual dollar bills. And now you go to a store and there's credit cards. Like, rarely is somebody going to actually come and be like, here's cash. Everybody pays with credit cards. And it's just a fact of companies having to adapt to the actual consumer. So saying, hey, I'm going to pay with a credit card. For me, I have an Amex, and it's like, I went to Costco and like, we don't take Amex. I was like, what? Like, it's 2023, why do you take Amex? Like, what's going on here, right? And I think it'll be the same situation with crypto. If we're all using crypto, and if we're not paying with credit cards, we're not paying with dollars, then a company has to adapt. It just comes down to it, right? So on to the next question. I don't know. Yep, like I said in Simon, and we have then right there examples, right, from the crypto gurus here that we have right now. I did not know that, but we have actual credit card companies already grabbing crypto, right? So on to the next one here. The cryptocurrencies are known for their price being volatile, right? Volatility when it comes to it. How can investors and traders navigate through volatility, inform decisions, and managing their risk effectively? So, Carlos, I know this one you like because I know you send a ton of trades of that sense, and they're all hitting and they're volatile, right? So, how do we look at that?
Yeah, when it comes to volatility, you need volatility in the market because that's how we make money, right? We make money when the market goes up right away, quick. And when the market comes down, we can make money on the other side of that as well. A lot of people don't know that with crypto, you can make money when it's going up and when it's going down and when it's going sideways. And you're going to learn all of that when you plug into our session. So volatility is important. In the very beginning, for those of you who are brand new, who've never traded before, and what I like to do is I like to teach people how to put the volatility aside and just invest your hard-earned money into good, solid cryptocurrencies that you want to hold for the long term. And that way, if it's volatile, guys, the only way you lose money, it's if you sell. I'll give you a perfect example. You bought Bitcoin at $50,000. Bitcoin right now is at, say, $30,000. If you do not know and you sell it, you lost $20,000. Right? Because of that volatility, right? It came down and now your position is down $20,000. The beautiful thing is that when you bought the Bitcoin, it is your asset. It is yours. Nobody can take that away from you. So if you sell it, you lose. If you don't sell it and you hold on to it, you win, because we know there's only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be available, right? It's high demand, low supply, right? Think about it, guys. If you don't notice, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin available. Once they're all out, they're all out. That's why the institutions are trying to gobble them all up. So now the volatility with this example, you bought Bitcoin at 50, it goes down to 30, you're down $20,000, but you didn't lose $20,000 unless you sold. And what we do in our classes is we teach people how to dollar cost average in to good, solid, fundamentally sound cryptos. You're not going to do this with crappy coins. You're going to do it with solid fundamental coins. So if you bought at 50, okay, and you can take out a calculator and think about this. You bought one at 50. Now it went down to 30. You buy another one at 30. Now you own two. You're all in 80,000. You divide that by 2. Your average price per Bitcoin is now 40. You can do that even better by buying 2 more at 30. So now you're all in at 30 plus the original 50. What is that? Or 60 and 50, 110. You divide that by 3. That gives you a better average cost. And this is what we teach you how to do. Guys, all of the hedge fund managers that are out there that are managing 401ks, this is exactly what they're doing. They are basically rebalancing somebody's portfolio. When something goes down, they add more if it makes sense, or they unload it if it doesn't, and they buy other assets so that they can balance out that portfolio and give you that small little 12% annual rate of return. We're going to teach you exactly how to do this and how to use that volatility to your advantage. But in the very beginning, First thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to build that long-term portfolio with good, solid, fundamentally sound cryptos that you got conviction in, that you believe in, because if you don't believe in the coins that you're going to invest your hard-earned money into, then don't do it. We're going to tell you not to do it until you believe in those assets. So guys, the volatility is your friend, and we're going to teach you how to navigate through that whole entire thing, but don't be afraid of it. Embrace it.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. Claudia, anything you want to add?
Oh, for sure. So I'm just going to add a little bit because he killed it, knocked it out of the ballpark with all the information. But guys, you just have to, fear is your friend. Okay. It's your friend. Remember, it's like anything else. Remember when AOL came out, no one believed in the internet, right? Dial up, you got mail and so forth. It's just the same process. So you're just going through this process, but with the right education, with the right tools in place, with the right guidance, you're going to be really able to start that foundation. It's just like Carlos was saying, the important thing is that you get started, right? Because if you think back a year ago, you were not here, or maybe you were in another institution or another school or something, and you didn't do anything, right? But now you're here. So just think back of last year, where you were and where you are today. Or have you moved forward? Look at your crypto. Did you purchase anything? Because there was plenty of opportunity. If you would have been doing cost average, maybe a small buy every week. Guys, it really mounts up. It really starts to add up. So just keep that in mind. You just have to start. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about what it was yesterday, what it could have been, would have been, should have been. Think about right now, what's happening, and your future, and stepping into your future, which is taking that step. So I want to congratulate all of you guys for being on this call and coming on here. Big kudos to you, and just remember that everyone is here to help you. So if you have any questions, we're all in the chats, and when you're on the classes with Carlos and Jay, ask questions. That's what everyone is here for, is to answer and guide you correctly. Okay. So just, keep going and make sure you take a step forward, because if you don't take a step forward, then that's the step to failure. That's all I have to say. If you don't step forward, then you're taking a step back. So move forward. All right. I'm complete with that one.
Thank you, Claudia. Jay, anything you want to add?
Yeah, absolutely. Just going back into volatility, guys, it is needed inside of the market. When you guys jump on me and Carlos's session, you'll understand why volatility is key. I kind of think of volatility kind of like life, right? Life is never linear. It doesn't go in a straight line. It never just goes all the way up. It never is always just down, right? Just like life, so are the markets, right? They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go sideways. Sometimes you have mundane aspects in your life. Sometimes shit happens, right? Sometimes, you're riding all-time highs. So that's exactly the way that the market works. But the beautiful thing of crypto, guys, is the fact that you're able to make money regardless of the direction of the market. And, that ties into dollar cost averaging. That also ties into day-to-day trading as well. So on some of my sessions, guys, I like to take shorter term trades, right? I really believe in the power of compound investing. So you can take, and this is something that Albert Einstein said, right, guys? It's, compound interest is actually the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it, and those who don't understand it actually pay it. Most people, 99% of people on this planet, pay compound interest, whether it's towards banks, governments, companies, whether it's towards the economy, right? But when it comes to crypto, when it comes to these markets, you're actually able to earn compound interest. So you're able to stack interest on top of your portfolio. And the volatility of crypto is one of the key factors that help you scale and grow your portfolio a lot faster. Because if you look at other markets, guys, they move a lot slower, and they're less volatile than crypto compared to, a crypto coin being at $1 today and $50 tomorrow. That is a very probable scenario that could happen, right? So, sometimes, you're going to be able to get into these coins, and what that does, it really adds to that compound effect on your portfolio. And over time, what you see is a parabolic effect, right? It starts off like this, and then it's just like, it just climbs. all the way to the top. So, that's the beauty of volatility, and it's very much needed inside of the market, but being able to understand it, and, leverage it is very important. So make sure you guys stay in tune with these sessions. If you're not on Akashex yet, this is just your first time hearing about this, make sure the first thing you do after this call is sign up for these sessions, right? Change your life. And, those of you who are on these sessions, make sure you guys are plugging into me and Carlos' session. You guys are, staying in tune with, Claudia as well. And as well as all the other educators that we have here, guys. Crypto is just one of the things that is just going crazy right now. So stay in tune, guys. Again, volatility, again, it's your friend.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. A ton of information, obviously, and it's all positive information. At the end of the day, it's knowledge. That's the thing to me when it comes down to it, what we're all talking about. Every single point that we've hit so far is all knowledge based. I like to say a lot of times people will say, hey, taxes, when you refer to taxes, right? Oh, no, it's BS that such politician, such company paid $1 in taxes and they made 2 billion. Well, they grabbed the book and they read it. Like, the rules are there and they played by it. Okay, they might have had some money, so they went and they had somebody that already knew. Tell them, well, guess what? That's Akashex. Like, you want to go ahead and come into a membership to speak to somebody like Carlos just said, he has years and years of knowledge. You want to take that knowledge? Well, great, take that knowledge. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So, like I said, that's really what I come. Yeah, my dogs are. My alarm just went off. My house alarm went off. It's like 20 little pound alarm went off right now, right at the door. But knowledge is power. That's what it comes down to it. So typically, and these calls for an hour, but we have 2 less questions. And crypto is just, we could keep on running for hours and hours. So please, guys, give us an extra 10-15 minutes here because we're wrapping up the last 2 questions. And these are really, really good questions. So this is one that I've actually been wanting to ask myself here, coming like from the outside, right? Not being in the crypto world. Holding. So during the pandemic, it was all over the place. You saw it in memes all over the place. You saw it all over social media. The holding, HODL, holding. So when it comes to holding, Carlos, right? When it comes into that side, what's the pros and cons of holding?
Yeah, the pros and cons, there's a couple. There's a couple. So holding, or HODL, hold on for dear life. What ends up happening, and Brent, this is what you're referring to. You got into the crypto space and the top of the market before, the bear market came, right? And a lot of people got into the cryptocurrency space, on the top of the market. And that's how we all get started, right? We all get started when everybody's talking about the whole entire thing. Now, when it comes to hodling, holding on to coins for a long term, you're not just going to hold any coin. And I think that this is where the mistake happened. And over the years, I've learned and I've been teaching how to make sure you got a properly diversified portfolio. Now, I'm a conservative investor. So as a conservative investor, if I was back in my 20s, I will take all kind of crazy gambles and invest in cryptos that, just came out, but I don't do that. So as a conservative investor, what I like to teach is teach people how to build a HODL portfolio that's divided and properly diversified into certain sectors. And for those of you who never been on the session, haven't heard this before, the first 2 coins that you're going to HODL and add more to is gold. Excuse me, I know gold. Brent, that's your baby.
Of course.
You're gonna actually HODL Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you got a long-term portfolio, let's say that you're working, you got a mortgage, you got children, you got kids in school, all of these major responsibilities, but you don't have the time to be a trader, you're gonna HODL the safest asset. That is Bitcoin, and that is then Ethereum. And you can get rich with either one or with both. So when you have a portfolio, 60% of it should be in those 2 cryptos, right? It shouldn't be the other way around, right? Because it's too risky. Look at those 2 coins as your insurance policy. If something goes wrong with these other coins that are sexy, and when I mean sexy, Bitcoin goes up to 100 grand, that's 3x from where it's at right now. And Jay alluded to it. it's not uncommon to a coin to be $1 today and $50 tomorrow, right? That's a 50x move. You're not going to get that in Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Because those are the conservative ones, right? That's why the institutions are investing in those and not in the others. So when you're huddling, you're going to be huddling those. Now, when you want to diversify into other coins that you're going to be huddling, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that they are in sectors that are moving with today's economy, right? So you want to be in, let's say, and it's just so much that we can talk about when it comes to this, but make sure that when you're huddling good, fundamentally sound cryptos. Do not invest in huddle coins that just came out of left field because your friend or the Uber driver or somebody told you that this is going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. Guy, there's nothing going to be better than Bitcoin right now. Okay, if you want to go safe, then safe is Bitcoin, nothing else, right? And it's an asset that you can borrow money against. You can't really do that with some of those other cryptos, right? Now, when something's going down, if you're plugging into our calls and something is going left, we're going to let you know something's going left, right? And to unload that position or that bag or get rid of any risky assets. You're not going to be huddling into risky assets at all. And we don't got a crystal ball, right? We don't know if something's going to, you can hear people say, you know, Bitcoin's going to get to $5 million. We don't know if that's going to happen. You can hear somebody say a coin is going to get to a certain level. You don't know what's going to happen. I want you guys to write this down. Nobody ever gone broke by taking profits off the table, right? So that means if you're huddling a crypto, if you put in $1,000 into a crypto, that $1,000 is now $1,500. Why not take $500 off the table, right? Why not de-risk 500 and reinvest that into something else? And this is what you're going to be learning here. And that's how we're going to be huddling. And then when something good goes down, we're going to dollar cost average into that to lower that price down even more. So there's so much to learn. But guys, plug into the sessions. We're going to handhold you across all of this and teach you how to navigate through this wild world of cryptocurrency. And we're going to show you how to do it the simplest way possible. But you're not going to huddle everything. You're only going to huddle the good, solid cryptos that are going to be here to stay, that got a real working product, real community, real engineers, real computer scientists, some of the smartest, brightest minds in the world. Those are the only ones you're going to be huddling your coins to. I know a lot of you learned your lesson by huddling crap and lost it. You're not going to do that now.
Yeah, I did that. Claudia, next. The pros and cons about holy Claudia, do you feel
Well, I'll come on the other end of all of this is you need to do your research, guys. Okay. And look, there's a lot of FUD out there. There's a lot of people, a lot of whispers, a lot of you're gonna go, it's gonna go to the moon tomorrow. You're gonna 100x. And guys, just don't do it. Like, don't do it. You know, you should have a list, a checkoff list that you go through when you're looking at these projects because they're projects, right? So we want to make sure they have a working website, maybe, or maybe like the pictures of the people that are on the website are actual people, not holograms or actors, right? I've kind of caught a couple of those, right? Maybe they have a community, right? A real community that you can email and get an answer, or they have white papers that actually make sense, right? A plan, you know, just a little bit of things out there, you know, a website that works, real names, you know, like that has some sort of, what does the token do? What value does it have? I mean, what is it used for? How many of you guys have seen a token out there that has no case usage? No usage, right? And then the only reason you're buying it is because Bill, Bob, and Mary are on Instagram talking about, oh, we're gonna be rich, super rich, we're gonna go to the moon. Well, no, you're gonna go straight, yeah, the moon of poorness, because you're gonna lose your money, right? So we want to make sure we're doing the research, make sure you know that you do make a checklist for yourself, right? You should have a checklist that you're going through, and it's just like trading. you have your journal, and you have, right, your checklist before you take a trade, correct? Same thing with crypto, guys. You need to go through your checklist. You have to go through these, it's a process to make sure that you are investing. It's your money, it's your hard-earned money, you know, and you need to make sure that what you're investing in is for the future, that it's a real project, that it has case usage, like you can use it for something, it's doing something, it's just not a meme token, you know. And yeah, just do your research. And like I said, plug in. If you are not part of Akashex, then now it's time, whoever invited you to this session, go ahead, sign up, join Akashex, and get on these classes. All right, because getting on these classes, you're going to 10x yourself, period, with knowledge. And knowledge, applied knowledge, is key, because you can know everything you want about Bitcoin and sit there and then you never purchase Bitcoin. What's the point then? You have to apply the knowledge. So just keep in mind, that's what we're here for, is to help everyone. And yes, do your due diligence and research. Absolutely. Okay, Jay, I just needed to plug in with that because, you know, there's a lot of projects out there that there's a lot of bag holders that are just holding now, and they're in the negatives. So we don't want you to be one of those individuals.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. So, you know, the term hodl, you know, it's actually kind of funny. It started originating around COVID time. Hold on for dear life, right? If anybody's telling you to hodl a coin, first of all, you know, you don't buy the damn coin, because if you got to hold on for dear life, that is scary. That should be a scary concept in its own. Okay, so hodl, you know, what that actually means, what it means to actually hold a coin, is to hold a coin with utility, actual real world usage, right? It has a huge community, it has real developers, real people working behind it, and it has a market cap. Okay, it's very important. I stress this a lot on my sessions, is, you know, make sure you guys are looking at the market cap of some of these coins, right? Some of these coins have, like, you know, $1 million market cap. That's only because, you know, a couple people on Twitter decided to dump some money into it. And you know what's going to happen with that coin? It's going to explode one day, and then 3 hours later, when you're, you know, you're quote unquote holding on for dear life, you know, now you're looking at your account and it's at zero. Okay, so, you know, when it comes to investing and when it comes to actually holding some of these coins, you want to hold what we call blue chip coins, high market cap coins. I don't invest in any coin that's below at least a $10 billion market cap, and it actually has, you know, everything on my checklist. So when you guys are on these sessions, I'm constantly talking about the checklist, right? Talking about why we should invest into this coin. So I love doing coin breakdowns. So, you know, I'll do a full analysis. We'll go ahead and look at the market. We'll go ahead and look at community, all of that as well. And, you know, one of the great things, guys, is that blockchain and cryptocurrency is very transparent. Okay. And that's one of the things that, you know, I love about crypto, is that it's transparent. So there's something called smart contracts on every single coin. When you create a token, you have to create a smart contract. So you can actually learn on Akashex how to leverage and read a smart contract to see whether or not there is enough transactional volume going on every single coin that you're investing into for it to be a liable asset, right? So, you know, all of these things, guys, they come into the factor. There's a lot of pros to holding long term. You will make the most amount of money holding long term, right? If you have patience, you can definitely make a lot of money from this market. But if you don't have patience, you're just going to go ahead and jump into, you know, a coin like Shiba Inu, right? I'm going to just get out here and say it. You know, Shiba Inu was one of the biggest, you know, quote unquote, hold on for dear life coins. People thought it was going to go to a penny. But for it to go to a penny, if you look at the breakdown of the coin and the smart contract behind it, it would need a $4 quadrillion market cap. So, you know, when you're not doing the math, you're not really breaking down some of these coins, and you're just investing into them because of the quote unquote volatility, guys, you're not going to be able to make money. But if you're on these sessions and, you know, like Carlos said, we will guide you, we'll hold your hand, and we're only going ahead and looking at projects that are blue chip projects that we believe in. And, you know, make sure you guys have the majority of your portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin at the end of the day is digital gold. So that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. So, maybe stop holding on for dear life.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I will say though, ship to the moon. I bought $100 of ship without knowing, so ship to the moon. But with that too, it gives you the example of not having the knowledge. So quick little 2-minute break here at that point, and then we close out with the last question. I came in right at that time of the pandemic, right? Right at the time of holding and diamond hands and Bitcoin to 100K, Doge, everything, not having the knowledge and just taking advice. And I didn't know personal development wasn't really a big thing at that time either. So I didn't understand that I should probably not be listening to broke people, probably listen to people that are actually in this market and then have a little bit of stake in it, right? So I went ahead one time and this guy told me, hey man, go ahead and buy these two coins. I was like, cool, they're in Coinbase. No, you have to go through here and do this and do that. I didn't think much of it, right? I go ahead and threw 200, and as we're buying it, it's like, no, you need more of this. You need to buy this coin to put it into this coin because it doesn't take. So $500 later, I had a list of like 20. Literally, I have it tagged on my thing, and it's called shit coins. Like literally, that's what I called them. I have it to 10, 20 of them, a whole list. Everything's tanking. Like, no, I don't know nothing. But then on one of them, one of the guys like, hey, join this Telegram, and there's like 2,000-3,000 people in this Telegram for this one coin. I don't remember the name of it. No utility, nobody knows nothing, nobody knows the owner, but everybody's to the moon and like, oh guys, now this is gonna go ahead and it's coming to this medical project and it's gonna come into this. Every single day, this coin had a different utility. I wake up 2-3 weeks later, I go to check just to see where my shit coins are. And I went from $2, and again, past results don't promise future, and this is just not having the education, right? $2, it was at $7,000. I'm like, holy shit, like this is crazy, this is crypto. And now what do? I don't even know how to get my money. So by the time I was able to reach out to somebody, I went to the wrong person. That person told me to do a million different things. I ended up with $3,000 only. I don't know how many things we ended up doing just to be able to get some of that money back, and then everything else died. But what at least helped me, I would say, through my Dogecoin, because I invested in Doge too. I was excited when a Doge beam hold it, and I was doing that whole thing. And then when the Elon came up, I was like, you know what? I need to follow what Carlos said, right? Nobody went broke ever taking profits. It's like, okay, follow it. I was trading already for it. So I was like, follow the risk management plan, follow the trading plan. What have we learned through this knowledge? Remove emotions. I'm in profit. Let me take my investment out. Let me take 50% profits off the table. Whatever happens at this point. I was in a chat with like 2,000 people in Doge, and everybody was crying the day that I pulled out, which was the day that Elon came on SNL. So that's where it comes to get the knowledge. At the end of the day, even if you get lucky like I did, you're going to get screwed at the end of the day. Because if I knew how to even get my money out, as basic as that, I wouldn't have lost $4,000 profits that I had there, right? Just for not having that knowledge, just for thinking that I could get lucky by buying a bunch of coins that I'm seeing on some Telegram to get rich, right? So with that, do the right thing, get the knowledge. No more. But yeah, so Doge to $1 because I still have like $50 and ship to the moon because I got like 100 still. So let's go. Outside of that, everything else is good now. Now I take the sessions from all the educators here, do the right thing. So I know, Claudia, you're big on tokenization. I know you told us already your take on it. You told us as far as like what is tokenization, futures. Is there one like thing, not specifically telling us exactly what it is, but is there maybe a sector that you're most excited about? Is it housing? Is it art? Is it what is something like that you're super excited about when it comes to tokenization?
The housing market, yes, absolutely, because that just brings it just opens up the possibilities for home ownership, okay, for individuals that, let's look at the facts. You might not qualify for a home loan, even as a first-time buyer, okay? There's more red tape now than ever for you to go ahead and get that loan, all right? And the interest rates are about to the moon, okay? So if you have crypto, you don't need any of that stuff. All you have to have is the crypto in your wallet. Of course, you have to go through the signage and so forth, but the process is not as daunting, and with the tokenization, you're able to invest. You can invest if, you don't have to have all of the money. You can find fractionalization in homes, which is all over the place now. Guys, just reach out to one of us. We have the info, okay? And we can get you in contact with someone to help you with that process, you know, with the loan, with everything of that sector. But I think the housing industry is going, it's already on its way, you know, and tokenization is just the beginning. The NFTs, trust me, the NFT sector is coming back, and with the homes, it just really gives so much opportunity for a homeowner or someone who wants to be a homeowner in this industry. And if you have a home, you're going to bring more value to your home. You're going to really be able to get more out of it. So that's the most
Awesome.
exciting part for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Jay, I know you're in the very heavy into the NFT, into the metaverse, stuff like that. So tokenization, is that something that you see in that world too that excites you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, especially with digital assets and NFTs. So if you don't know what an NFT is, guys, it's a non-fungible token, right? So all it is, guys, is a digital asset. So kind of like real estate, you're able to go ahead and take that digital asset and be able to earn from that digital asset. So it's just like owning property. It's just like owning something. All it's really about is supply and demand. But one of the things that I actually wanted to mention here, Brent, was going to be tokenization. And this hasn't really happened yet, but of the retail industry, right? Now, the retail industry, the wholesale industry has yet to be tokenized. And I'm talking about, when it comes to the fashion industry, it comes to, the produce industry, all of these things. When blockchain really steps past that barrier, that evolutional barrier of, being in everyday households, we're going to see companies like Amazon, we're going to see companies like Walmart start to tokenize their assets as well. And their assets include actual physical products, right? So we've already gotten to the point where it's digital real estate, it's art. We have the metaverse, all these things. But what happens when you can realistically tokenize anything and everything? The fashion industry changes, the retail industry changes, wholesale industries change. So, the evolution of tokenization and where it can possibly go, it's endless, right? It has endless capabilities, especially with Apple and, Meta going so after and spending billions of dollars inside of the metaverse to go ahead and create that. Think about it. Everything that you're going to go ahead and touch, see, own, utilize inside of the metaverse, whether it's through AR or VR technology, is also a token. Okay, you're able to buy and sell it. It has appreciative and depreciative value, right? It goes up and down in value. So I think tokenization is, it's the future. It's going to happen. It's going to go ahead and touch everything. It's like a damn virus.
Awesome, a good one. We needed a good one after these last few years. We need a good one coming. So we need a good pandemic on the way, a crypto pandemic. So let's get it. Carlos, anything you want to add to that?
There's so much, but I see one question here that I believe is Sam. And yeah, plug into our session, Sam. We're going to help you, recover that, learn, and make the right moves. But one of the things I'm really passionate about is DeFi. I'm all for DeFi, and I love being able to earn money on my money. And Jay talked about it. And just think of this. You're holding on to a crypto, but you're earning 17% annual return on that crypto, and you're buying it now while it's low. And guys, think of almost every crypto in a bear market, just like certain stocks in a bear market have come down 80-90%. So you want to buy in the red. You want to buy when there's fear in the market. So when you're going to hold on to something good and something solid that has real utility, we're going to show you how to earn huge returns on an annual basis on that crypto. Plus, you're going to also earn the gain of that crypto as it increases in value. So if a token is $10 today, you're earning 17% interest on that. And next year, that token is $18, you're still earning that 15, 16, 17, 30% interest. And that interest is paid to you within that same crypto, within that same token. So imagine that compound effect, how that happens. So DeFi is exciting. We're in the beginning stages of it. And I think it's going to change a lot of people's lives around the world because it's needed. This banking sector it's crazy. The banks got to go.
Gotta go for sure. Out of here. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Last question, guys. Again, thank you very much for staying here. Of course, we've extended this call almost 30 minutes. Appreciate it. This is the last question. I will go ahead and share Instagrams so you can follow everybody, and of course come into Cash and all that good stuff. So, Claudia, last question here. If you give me up to 3 like main key factors of why you should actually own crypto, just wrapping up the entire call, but it has to be up to 3 things, what would that be?
What was the question? Can you repeat
So
that again?
as far as key factors, so key factors of actually owning crypto, but if you want to give me like 1, 2, or 3, just up to 3 key factors as far as actually
Make sure you have a wallet. Make sure you have a cold wallet and you have your crypto off of the brokerage. Okay. Remember, if you don't have keys, then you don't own it. So make sure, make sure that you have that very safe. Put away your keys, your passwords. That way you don't lose it and then don't have anything to show for. That's number 1. Number 2, the most key factor is this is the future. The future has arrived. Okay, so we've been speaking about this, so we're not going to speak about it anymore. The future's already here. It's already been happening. They've been talking about this for years now, Bitcoin, 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 and it's here. It's happening. You guys see what's going on. The ATMs, it can't get any clearer. McDonald's, all the food industries, Visa, MasterCard, it's here. Okay. All right. So, just get knowledge. That's the most important thing. That is the key factor, to take the time. Okay. Take the time to take these classes. Get off the Netflix, dedicate some time. Get on the schedule, look at the schedule for Akashex, look at the times that they're coming on. All right. They're recorded as well while you're in bed, over coffee, whatever it may be. Just take a listen and really start educating yourself. It's going to be a very big, it's going to be a key factor for you to pivot your life. Okay. So we're here to pivot our lives. We're not here to stand still. So for me, those are the key factors that I see is knowledge, all right, information, and yeah, that was it.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. Jay?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. I mean, honestly, this whole call should have told you guys what those key factors are, right? So if you've been stayed in tune with this whole call, then there's way more than 3 key factors. Obviously there's the knowledge, there's the information, and then there's the evolution. It all scales from here, guys. There's so many different reasons to be inside of this market. Not only just the fact that it's in its beginning stages, but also because it can genuinely change your life and the way that you approach your finances. And I think Akashex has such a good platform, and some of these sessions, guys, are just absolutely insane. So make sure you guys stay in tune with these sessions. Follow us on Akashex, follow us on Instagram, reach out to us at any times. Like one of the things that I love about this company is that everybody is a very dedicated servant, especially the educators. We love being able to conversate and talk to you guys. So, don't hesitate on asking questions, even outside of the sessions, right? We're here to guide you. We're here to help you. That is part of our job. It's part of our purpose. So, the key factors is, not only just invest into, crypto and all these, different academies that we have, invest into yourself. If you believe in yourself, that's the biggest key factor that you're ever going to need.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Carlos?
Yeah, I think, everybody did a great job here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. This panel is on fire. Make sure that you just stay plugged into everything that we're doing. We're going to make sure that we help you every step of the way. Education is key. And join our Akashex group. We got a group chat in Akashex. If you go into your back office of Akashex and go to the chat, all you got to do is search in the group section for multiple streams of crypto. And you're going to learn how to earn multiple streams of crypto when you plug into our crypto sessions. I know Jay teaches a lot. He's also part of that chat. And Claudia, I don't know if you're in that chat, but make sure you hop on there. And that way you could also answer people's questions within that. So anything that has to do with crypto in the Akashex, you can do that there. And then you could also access questions individually, and then across social media. I mean, see some of the things that we're doing. Make sure that you're promoting the CashX as well, guys. If you promote a CashX, you're going to be doing somebody a huge service, because they're going to learn a new skill. They're going to learn how to do things right. They're going to learn how to not only respect their funds, but invest into good quality assets that they believe in. And something about respecting your funds, a lot of times people want to get rich quick. And when you don't respect your funds, when you don't do your research, those funds will find a new owner. And I've learned that the hard way, right? And there's no get rich quick. It's get rich slow, but in crypto, get rich slow is 5 years. Okay. So plug in right now, stay on board, stay in the game, and you're going to win. You are definitely going to win right now. If you wait till everybody else is doing this, you're going to miss the boat. Right now, when everybody's talking about this in the news, when everybody's talking about this all over Twitter, when your Uber driver's talking about it, you missed the boat. Look at XRP, right? We called out XRP a long time ago. We've been adding this to our portfolio for a long time. Now, everybody all over Facebook and TikTok and Twitter is talking about what we've been telling people for a long, long time. So you want to do it before the Joneses do it. And by plugging into our sessions, you're going to learn how to do it right before the rest of the masses is talking about it. When the rest of the people are talking about it, you're the one selling it to them.
Awesome, Carlos. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all three of you. Appreciate everybody being here. Of course, like I said, we extended the call, but it was just due. It needed to be extended at this point with all information. And at the end of the day, that's it, right? Just recapping to it. It's knowledge. Cash has knowledge. I gave the example of what happened to me, right? A couple of years ago during the pandemic. I didn't have a cash check. If I had a cash check, I would have done what I've done. I would have missed out on the money that I did at that point, right? I wouldn't be holding my little wallet, be like, one day, I would have actually known what I should have done at that point, right? And just don't be afraid. Again, it's a lot about what we talk about, decentralization, capitalism, everything, the whole nine. Gotta just break the matrix. Somebody says you're crazy when you're saying that. You're not. Like, you're not. In crypto, we're seeing this, right? As far as you need to break the matrix, you need to go down a couple rabbit holes. Obviously, everything you find on Google is not real, but there's a lot of good information. And again, you could jump into a CashX, learn a little bit about from the educators, and then from there follow through, figure out who owns the color blue, stuff like that. Like, once you start deep diving, which I've done that before, it gets scary. Like, Elon right now is the richest man in the world, right? What does Elon have? Tesla. Who owns the majority of shares of Tesla? Then you start, who cuts Elon's check? And keep on going. And now who's cutting that check? Which we don't even know at that point. Like, you can only get so far. So again, it's a crazy, crazy world that we live in. But at the end of the day, the only reason why others are in the position that they are, and we're probably not where we are right now, is knowledge. That's it. We all breathe the exact same air. We all bleed the same way. It's just knowledge at the end of it. And Akashics has it. So please make sure that you're going ahead and you're joining all the sessions that we have of all of the crypto educators, every other educator. You're getting in conjunction in the chats, talk to everybody. We're an amazing community here in Akashics. So it's nothing that you should not be in. So if you're not in it, make sure you reach out to the person that invited you to this call to make sure that you can plug you into Akashics. You can jump on the sessions. I saw Jay said he has a session tomorrow and whatnot. Join the sessions with Carlos too and everything. So yeah, guys, I always close out my calls, my Forex calls, saying something, and it's not about getting to the top, but it's about how many people you can bring with. And I think that saying that I always say just closes out perfectly here with this crypto session, because that's it. We all can get to the top. And I love another thing that I say too, like Carlos said that, right? It's crypto can be a get rich slow situation in 5 years. I haven't been rich for the last 5 years. I'm not a millionaire for the last 5 years, and I'm alive. So I'm pretty sure I could survive another 5 years not being a millionaire to become a millionaire. So I'm good. Waiting an extra 5 years is fine. 33 years old and I haven't been rich, so I can wait an extra 5. It's all good. I love it. And I appreciate that. I'll remember Carlos when it comes to that in 5 years from now and be like, yo, Carlos, I'm passing with my yacht by your yacht. Want to take a little race, and we'll have some fun in our yachts and enjoy life, right? But thank you again. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for being here.
Take care, everybody. Thank you all.
See you at the next Inner Circle. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.